Madam Chair, may I please respond?
No, this is my time, Dr. Kessler, and my time has expired. So I now recognize the ranking member. Oh, Mr. Min has made it. I now recognize Mr. Min from California for 5 minutes.
I'd like to hear Dr. Kessler's response to that last question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Congressman. I am a pediatrician here, and it just is very important to state there is no scientific link between vaccines and autism. Respectfully, on the issue on VAERS, VAERS is an open reporting system, and you have to look and ask the question. You have to apply scientific principles.
Selection bias, things like that.
Bradford Hill, you're there, Congressman.
Yeah.
Please,
facts are facts, data is data, and a random website is not necessarily the best way to get any kind of real data. And we all understand, Dr. Kessler, the importance of peer review, don't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have to. The issue, just because you see a reaction in a database, you have to ask whether there's causation. Right. There are certain Bradford Hill principles that have to be applied, and they were not being applied.
And it's unfortunate right now that science is being rejected by people going on Google, going on websites of dubious origin to try to find their own information.
We should all be concerned about that.
So I want to address, first I want to thank the chair and the ranking member for holding this hearing on the FDA. It is, as we know, the gold standard in the world for drug and medical product regulation. Its critical work has included the regulation and approval of a wide range of products ranging from the drugs we consume to the infant formulas that we feed our children, and of course plays a crucial role in cracking down on counterfeit medical products and drugs. That is why I believe the FDA should be fully funded and independent. It is absolutely essential, particularly today, to ensure a safe supply chain and that our products that we consume for our health have been properly reviewed for market. Now, under the leadership, quote unquote, of current HHS Secretary Kennedy and Donald Trump, the greater public health apparatus is in the process of firing thousands of workers at HHS, NIH, and the FDA. FDA has seen proposals to slash 20% of its workforce, including 170 of those from the Office of Inspections and Investigations. And I just want to note that when we talk about efficiency, that's a word that gets thrown around a lot. We have to actually talk about what we mean when we talk about efficiency. What is the time frame we're looking at? What are the goals and parameters we want? If I want to lose weight, the fastest way to do that is maybe just cut off my leg. That is not an efficient way if you're thinking beyond the immediate term, and one can argue that the cuts to FDA are having a similar effect. In particular, I want to talk about the effects on the drug approval pipeline. And so my understanding, Dr. Kessler, I think you're in a position to answer this, that I've been told by a lot of the life sciences companies that I represent in Orange County, California, that many of those drug approval people are actually paid for by user fees. Is that your understanding?
The CDER has resources that are paid for by user fees, but that does not guarantee that the application will be approved.
No, and that's not the point.
It just makes sure that there are people there who can review them.
And so I think the point I would like to make here is that by cutting these people, by terminating staff, you are creating potentially a much longer pipeline for drug approval, product approval. That is something that a lot of the companies I represent, including companies like Edwards Life Sciences and Masimo, some of the pharmaceutical companies I represent are very concerned that they're going to see much longer approval processes. And again, these are positions that are paid for out of the user fees. They actually don't cost the taxpayer anything. So when we look at efficiency beyond anything but the immediate term, these cuts look very counterproductive. They look like they're going to have massive negative economic impacts on our communities, on the drug pipeline. And so I guess for you, Dr. Kessler, I just want to go back to you. How do you think drug approval times may be affected by cutting a blanket cut of 20% of the workforce?
I think that drug approval times will increase, but most importantly, important medicines that we will depend on for our families.
Exactly.
That's what I care about.
That's right. Life-saving medications are not going to get approved now, or will take longer to approve.
I hope not. There are still dedicated people, but I fear that those delays are going to happen.
And when we talk about efficiency, I just want to note another thing that's happening right now. The attacks on immigrants, particularly in higher education, the cuts to NIH are having massive impacts on universities around the country, including UC Irvine, which I represent. They're very worried. I know that many of the immigrants that are researching and potentially groundbreaking efforts in new life sciences products and drugs, that many of them are going back to their countries of origin. They're going to other countries and other top research institutions. I just want to ask them, as my last question, Dr. Kessler, if you can speak about the administration's immigration actions and how you anticipate they might affect our life sciences industry here in the United States.
Our competitiveness was enhanced by those people coming to universities in your district.
They made America great.
Exactly. So.
And now we are
The
driving them
gentleman's
on.
time
Thank you. I yield back.